sessions run on a weekly basis. Just bear with me 2 seconds. Session plan up. Yeah. Right, notice a different background. Bear with me 2 seconds. Now, just have a little warm up. Get yourself going, mate. Almost there. Technical issues there, I'm afraid. Just bear with me if things get a little bit jittery. I apologise for that. This week's session, as I say, we've got an absolute belter. So this is called a threshold and VO2 mashup. Now it's not 100% down the eraser vein, because we're acutely aware that guys also want to stay fit as well, improve your conditioning. So it's not just series under very carefully just doing anaerobic stuff. So the hope is by the end of this series we'll do 50, well. So focusing in pretty much on threshold and VO2 max stuff. The sessions we want to VO2 and anaerobic stuff, that's zone 5, zone 6 stuff, with a zone 4 element. Probably familiar with what I'm on about. FTP, and then that VO2 max range. Previous session, so basically your aerobic threshold rises to the point at which you start to go more and more anaerobic. Then zone 5, go beyond your VO2 max power, go pretty much entirely anaerobic. So you've got this. One or two issues with my microphone. It's okay. Anyway, I just have to talk more loudly. As always, guys, the sessions are interactive, so the guys on Zoom, if you've got any questions at any point, feel free to unmute yourself and ask away. We are also live streaming this session, so those watching the live stream, and again, leave comments, I'll pick those up. I kind of messed up my intro because I was too busy trying to sort out it. So I'll just do that again. Anyone that's just joined. My name is Rich, founder and head coach of RIAK. I just want to give a quick shout out to my partner just here running Academy. I've been displaying Sun Drive's kit over the last few sessions, and tonight is no different. This hides, bumps, etc. Or disguises them. I've had about 6 weeks off after Ironman, so not necessarily feeling super trim. Anyway, right, let's get back onto today's session. I haven't really given you an intro. A little bit flustered there, but we've got the 10-minute warm-ups every 2 minutes. Step up by about 6 to 10 watts. Then we've got the 3 fast pedaling efforts, those sort of spikes you'll see, and you'll note they are pretty high power, so you have to be really focused and ready to go for those. The idea with those is though they will lift your default cadence. You just naturally sit at a slightly higher leg speed. Each a little bit of cruising in between each of them. Then we've got that first little set, which is a wonderful threshold set. So the first kind of main block you can see is 3 minutes at threshold, then drop down 5 minutes back down to kind of zone 2, around 65% of FTP. Then we're up to VO2 max for 4 minutes, around 115% of FTP. Got some pure recovery. And then basically there's 2 kind of rounds. The second round that flips so that the threshold sector is longer and the VO2 max sector is shorter. So the second round is actually a tiny bit easier so far as the VO2 max sector shorter. Mitigated by a longer threshold effort. So yeah, plenty to get involved with. Tonight's session, if you like your quantification scores, your TSS, we're at 68 TSS, so just a small step above from last week. So e-racing typically, what we're going to be working on in this series is anaerobic repeatability. But what we are also doing in this series is bringing in kind of just pure conditioning sets, stuff that's going to be a bit more threshold focused, etc. So that we're still moving you in the right direction in that respect. Because we are mindful of the fact that you might only have sort of one structured session a week. So if this is your only structured session a week, we want to make sure that we're still kind of addressing all the main areas that we need to, not just doing anaerobic stuff. Anyway, so we're into the final step of the warm-up, about 1 minute and 40 before we get cracking. Starting off with those high-powered fast pedaling efforts, and they're going to be 30 seconds at around 115% of FTP, so we're already going to be knocking into that VO2, but they're only short. The idea is they're just about leg speed. Yeah. Anyway, for now, just relax. You've just got just over a minute before we get stuck in, get the fluids on board. Been in an air-conditioned office, or depending on what time of day it is, be where you are. Morning. Want to get focused on the hydration. To get the fluids on board, guys. Back in. Okay, so just quickly repeat the session. Got the fast pedaling efforts, then we've got a threshold section, 3 minutes. Nice cruising, zone 2 section for 5, then 4 at VO2. Pure recovery, and then we kind of switch it around. Or then we have that little, we have a tempo setter earlier. I'll walk you through it. It's basically a good session, guys. One of my favourite. I like these types of sessions where it's quite dynamic, not just 3 times 8 minutes at threshold or whatever. I find they become more of a mental struggle rather than physical. Right then. Yeah, in erg mode. Responding to the question on RGT. Steve, yeah, stay in erg mode, guys. If you find that you really struggle, you can turn it off. I'll explain a bit more about that in a second, but just keep things as they are. Here we go for the first fast pedaling effort. Yeah, you really spin those legs up. You want the cadence upwards of 100 RPM. Let's really get them going, guys. Let's get ourselves woken up. Drive it, drive it, drive it. Last few seconds. Relax, well done. Okay, so back down to about 65% of FTP in between for a minute and a half. 3 of them. Yeah, so erg mode, guys, if anyone's not familiar with that terminology, it's a setting, it's kind of the default setting on smart trainers and smart bikes. Basically what it means is that the flywheel set a resistance at which it will want to spin at a certain velocity, and all you have to do is pedal and you'll hit a constant power, and if you're pedaling hard enough you'll hit the power target and be able to hold it. Some sessions we turn erg mode off, but not today. If you don't have a smart trainer or a smart bike, you've got a power meter and turbo combo, don't worry about it. Don't need to worry about erg mode. If you want to know more about it, there is a training article on our website in the training resources area called To Erg or Not to Erg. It's not a stimulating read, but it is, I would suggest, pretty fundamental reading for anybody that takes this training, this structured training stuff quite seriously. So you know when to use it, when not to use it, and in particular when to turn it off if you're struggling. Say a bit more about that after this next fast pedaling effort. Here we go. Right, spinning up those legs. Try and get above 110 RPM now. Really get the legs going. Come on, guys. Push, 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 push. Halfway. And all the way to the end. And guys. Okay, just got one more round. And then we get stuck into it proper. So yeah, we're talking about when to turn erg mode off. Basically, guys, erg mode is a fantastic conditioning tool, but sometimes it can be counterproductive if you're carrying a lot of fatigue, or you know, you're just not really on it, you're not having the best of days. In that scenario, keep an eye on your heart rate. So for example, I did a session yesterday with our squad athletes, our triathletes and cyclists, and I did a session with them. I was moving, well, as I said earlier, I was moving at the weekend, so I was absolutely exhausted, and yeah, I just wasn't at the races, and as we were into the threshold efforts, I could just see my heart rate was way above where it needed to be, so turned erg mode off, and just kind of rode according to feel, trying to get my heart rate where I think it should be. And it's important that you have the confidence to do that, guys. Adjust your session, make sure your heart rate is where you need it to be. Okay, so final fast pedaling effort. Let's really get it going now. Let's try and top out 120 RPM by the end. Spinning out, one last 10 seconds until we get those legs going. And we're trying to lift that default cadence. And relax, okay. So a minute and a half, then we get stuck in. Starting off with that 3 minutes threshold. It's about 35 seconds before we crack on. As I said earlier, 3 minutes at threshold, 100% of FTP. It's going to be into So let's pick up the leg speed. Throughout this, your baseline cadence should be around 90 RPM. So that threshold is you want to be probably closer to 100 if you can. You're pedaling nice and efficiently. But here we go then, guys. Let's rev it up now. Straight up to threshold we go. Just 3 minutes to start off with. Then we've got a cruising sector. So what you want to make sure, guys, is you've got your core engaged, this whole central pillar is nice and steady. That means being relaxed in the upper body, stamping down on the pedals. So with 3 minutes, you might find that you're not getting up to the threshold heart rate. Okay, that's one of the reasons we don't use heart rate as a primary metric. Stopping the interval's done. Gets to where it should be. Keep an eye on it over the course of the session. Want to be kind of on notice if it's way above where it should be, rather than not being high enough. So just 1 more minute. Stay on it. Should feel like an 8 out of 10 effort and being a full-on sprint. Nice and steady. Here we go. Down to just zone 2. Then the training zone start up again. That zone 2 is your endurance level. That's where you want to be riding at when you're on a long kind of steady state training rides. Okay, zone 2 is where you want to be. So generally the way I keep tabs on it is take stock of what your power target is now. Bang in the middle of zone 2, okay? So, you've got a power meter on your ride outside. You've got a power meter on your road bike or triathlon bike or whatever it is you ride on the outside. Then this is the power that you want to hit when you're on your long, steady, pace mileage rides, okay? And you want to be relatively disciplined with that. So alongside all this structured work, the e-racing preparation, still want to be doing some season. Okay, so you, as you're preparing for the new racing season, still make sure you've got that base riding in. Doesn't need to be crazy. Can also achieve quite a lot through frequency. So, you know, topping and tailing your day. You've got an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening. Can actually accumulate quite a decent amount of. Make sure you do it, guys, because if you think about building strength, building FTP, it requires two things: strength element that we're working on in a session like this, and then also that aerobic underpinning. Don't have those elements going into that, the FTP won't rise. Good, 2 minutes to go. Approaching 90 seconds to the final push. You got some beautiful recovery after this, pure recovery. Stay strong, don't let up. push. Last 45 seconds, nearly there. Come on. Into the last 15 seconds, all the way to the end. 5 seconds, come on. Push, 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 push all the way. 2, 1. Relax, well done guys. And relax. 3 minutes of pure recovery now. Enjoy it guys, get the tools back on board. Relax. Pretty well done. Tough guys. Well done guys, so once you got your breath back, try and bring your cadence back up above 80 RPM. That can tell you about the rest of the session. Okay, so coming up, just got another round basically. Slight difference in that we start off with a 5-minute tempo section. Okay, so tempo. Training zone start. We're referring to zone 3. Okay, that's somewhere between 10 or 90% FTP. Okay, so 5 or 6 out of 10 effort. This 5-minute section we're doing at 80%. So tempo, if you ever hear something commentary and they say, oh, they've got someone riding on the front and they're just riding tempo. Work super hard. What I mean by that is this zone 3 area, where it's very much sub-threshold. The type of effort is still strong, don't get me wrong, like you're going to be working. It's an effort that you can make for quite a long time. Hours at a time, sort of that sort of thing. Okay. That's where we're going to go to for 5 minutes. Then we're going to go up to the threshold again. This time the threshold is longer, the threshold is 4 minutes. But we drop back down to that 5-minute cruising sector again. And then thankfully this time round the VO2 effort is going to be 3 minutes long, so it's going to be a minute shorter. Still going to be tough of course, but the focus is on the threshold round this time. Okay, so that's what we've got coming up. Starting out with that low effort. So it'll be strong, but we shouldn't be kind of turning ourselves inside out. So let's just pick up the leg speed again. Get it above 85 RPM at the very least. Here we go, so up to tempo, up to that zone 3 area, up to 80% of FTP or 5 or 6 out of 10 effort. It's really important to kind of, when you see that training zones chart, that chart by the way is available again on our website in the training resources area. It's always really good to be able to kind of use the different metrics interchangeably, because when things go wrong, power meters stop, what have you, tech fails, or you're just not feeling amazing. Important to be able to fall back on heart rate and RPE, rate exertion, which basically means effort out of 10. So in an ideal world, we could take the power feedback away from you, and we just say, right, right at a tempo level, and you would know that's roughly a 5 or a 6 out of 10 effort, and just instinctively be able to ride roughly at about 80% FTP. It's a genuine real skill, guys, and it's also an important one for racing, because you don't always have time to properly acknowledge what your power is, because it's changing all the time. Races are very dynamic. Just being able to go on feel is a really important skill, particularly in real world racing, because you just can't look down at your power meter. It's just not safe to do so a lot of the time, particularly in crit racing. So being able to kind of gauge how the different metrics interrelate, really important skill. So if you're not acknowledging that already, make sure through the rest of this series you are kind of taking it in. Right now we're at 80% of FTP, in zone 3 tempo, and that should feel like a 5 or 6 out of 10. So we should be able to relax a little bit. Strong effort, not dying, 1,000 death. Be able to take the fluids on board during this effort as well. Well done, guys. Well over halfway through this session. A couple of hard intervals might be a lot easier. Okay, so stay focused. Firstly for this shoulder interval coming up. Yeah, 2 max in. They like it much easier. Tempo. So you might find in a race, any does the effort go below tempo. It's rare really that you get much in the way of pure recovery other than very steep descent. Generally speaking, you're on the pedals all the time, and rarely does it get below a tempo level. Usually your baseline, the kind of the effort you keep coming back to, somewhere around sweet spots and somewhere nearly around 90% of FTP. It's brutal racing. That's why this conditioning, hyper conditioning as an underpinning, alongside the anaerobic work that we're going to be doing in this series, set you up nicely. And of course, as I was saying earlier, keeping it all in check, with at least some base training, some endurance. Because even though e-race is typically an hour, maybe 40 minutes, can be longer. And your ability to kind of recover in between these high powered efforts is dependent on how good your aerobic is. Okay. So it's super important that you're approaching it. About 40 seconds till we crack on. Starting off with that longer threshold effort. So the penultimate high intensity interval. Let's give it some beans, guys, okay? Let's get ready for it. So we're going to, at about 6 out of 10 effort, we're going to going up to an 8 out of 10 effort. Zone 4. Let's get ready. A few extra RPM on the cadence. Ready for that power to feed in or to drop into that heavier gear. Here we go, guys. Right, let's get us some power. Let's get our legs to be well above 90 RPM. And once we're there, let's get settled as quickly as possible. Okay? And just tap out a nice rhythm. But like this is all about being smooth on the pedals. All about being consistent. Don't allow your mind to drift. Now some rhythm, keep that leg speed, that cadence, largely the same throughout. Do this, guys. those up into halves. The smaller sectors taken down. So just 2 minutes of hard work. And you get some relief. It's just down to 32. 90 seconds of hard work. We're really close now, guys. Stay on it. Keep thinking about the effect this section is going to have on your body. 68 TSS in the bag. Nice old lift. That FTP. Thinking about that, the benefits. Just digging deep and driving for the final 60 seconds. Got this, guys. Okay, coming out to the last 30. Stay concentrated, don't redouble your efforts. Pick up that next bit of it, get it above 90 RPM if you have to drop. Finish up strong. About 10 seconds, keep going, keep going, keep going. One, and relax, well done. Okay, so don't relax too much. We're only down to 65% of FTP, so don't allow the cadence to drop below 80. Going. A kind of recovery on the move sector. Okay, your legs will come back to you, so don't stop pedaling whatever you do, just keep going. That was the ultimate hard effort. Got one big VO2 effort left. You're wondering that big block at the end. That's another sector, okay? So very much self-control, don't worry about that. Focus on this VO2 section coming up in about 3 minutes time. Alright, that's the only thing you've got to worry about. Point in a race, why you use these types of efforts. Let's say, it's all really common. It's lots of bypasses because really racing is kind of like separated classes. Lots of repeatable aerobic efforts. But there are contexts in which threshold effort, for example, if you find yourself in a bit of no man's land, say perhaps you drop a little bit on a climb, or you left so you find yourself in between two groups. You've got to measure your effort. And so sometimes where you might find yourself sort of time trialing, and sure, it is very much time trial effort for a 40-kilometre time trial. Yeah, so you might find yourself at and around threshold type effort, and it's just being acutely aware of where your threshold is. So you've got, I don't know, like 20, 30 minutes ahead of you. This may at least, acknowledging that and managing your effort accordingly. Work with familiar with your training zones, your etc. Where those pounds come in. It's important to know this stuff. bothered, then it is super useful to know. It helps you during control, it helps you stay motivated. You know, right, I can hold this to control that bit, I'm starting to get into the head. It helps you stay motivated, you know, it's a little bit old. And likewise, here's what makes you know you're into that one, so it's quite good. You've only got a little time. 7 to 8 minutes max. Above the aerobic pressure. Where are we going in about 30 seconds? Okay. This time, we're at the shorter end. 15% FTP. Let's get ready for it, guys. Okay, so pick up the leg speed. Allow it to go a little bit, get it back above sort of 85, 90 RPM. Just the final time. Go deep. 5 seconds. Come on, bring it up. Let's get it going, guys. Here we go. 3 minutes of hard work ahead. Head down. Rise it on. 9 out of 10 effort. 35 VO2 max power. Very hard effort. Let's just plow straight through it, guys. Don't think twice. Don't think yourself. Don't allow room for doubt. It's going to be hard. It's going to be equal. Approaching the first minute down. There you go, 1 minute down, just 2 to go. 2 minutes of really hard work. Pretty much towards the end of the session. Halfway there, 90 seconds. Got some lovely pure recovery after this, so don't hold back, guys. No need to pace yourself. Dig deep and just drive through it. Stay strong. Do this. Nice high leg speed, remember, don't allow it to slow down below 90 RPM. Seconds, come on. Right, all the way. Don't let up now. 20 series, the handicap series. Every now and then they'll do a race up a mountain basically. And you just find that that is kind of a race where actually there isn't too much in the way of anaerobic effort because it's just a long, essentially a time trial. Not much drafting when you're on a steep climb. And then your VO2 max power range. So when are you going to use that? Really, you're looking at, as I said earlier, these efforts that are sitting in between sort of 3 to 8 minutes. The guys like Van Aert, Van der Poel, Marianne Vos, they're so good in like the one-day classics. Kind of the length of those climbs. Here, it was 4 minutes long. And that's where having this kind of big lung capacity really comes in. They're able to sustain a big aerobic component to those efforts. Or at least they'll go anaerobic and then they'll be able to, their VO2 max power is just so much higher than everyone else's. Just stay on that limit, turn themselves inside out, suffer more than everyone else. They're just physiological freaks basically. They're just lungs with legs. As I say, those sort of 3-minute efforts. I'd say sort of like 1.5 to 3 kilometre climbs. But that's those types of efforts don't come in. Those types of climbs where you're driving it, trying to stay with the group or drive on, get rid of everybody. So we've just got one last interval coming. We're back up to tempo, back to around 80% of FTP. About 5 minutes long, so pretty long. It's just a finisher set. We're not going super crazy. This will feel harder than perhaps the tempo effort that we did in the middle of the session. So here we go, guys. Last interval of the session. A strong effort, or maybe a 5 or a 6 out of 10. Probably very much a 6 out of 10 in bold. 6.5 by now because your legs are tired. But let's try and get through it nice and efficiently. Okay, so bring the leg speed up to 85 RPM, close to 90. And let's just, as I say, as they say in always in cycling commentary, tempo our way through it. Find a nice rhythm, still working kind of reasonably strongly. Certainly an effort that we know we can sustain. When we do a session, so we do this session fairly often on drafting, such a good way, a good mix of pressure on VO2 effort. When you get to this interval at the end, you usually get quite a lot of this, and then imagine now as well. Where the kind of mental component comes in with after that VO2 effort, you're very much done. And I can imagine that you just wait for the end of the session. Sometimes you've got to throw in efforts like this. They're not super hard, but they're last 2 minutes then, guys. Nice, strong 5 or 6 out of 10 then. But now this is certainly where you can start to have a look at where your heart rate is. It could be sub-threshold. If you don't know your threshold heart rate, guys, I would suggest if you haven't done the TP test for a while, definitely get them done. You want to know your threshold heart rate, you want to know your threshold heart rate. As a coach, it's one of the most infuriating things. Please don't wear a heart monitor. No one likes wearing them. But being able to compare your heart rate power is a really kind of important analysis to do after the session. So you've got a longer steady state interval. Seeing what your decoupling rate is. Seeing how your heart rate starts to drift away from your power. What I mean by that is your power is constant, but your heart rate is steadily rising. Means your heart rate and power are decoupling. They're drifting away from one another. You're working harder for the same power. Okay, and that's the sort of thing you want to look at. Usually comes in a ratio or a percentage. So on Training Peaks, the percentage. Your goal really is for longer steady state intervals. Is that your coupling rate stays under about 5%. So wear your heart rate monitor, guys. Really useful. Make sure you know where your threshold heart rate is, because you can just use that to gauge everything. Last few seconds, come on. Nearly there now. Then you're into the cool down. Last few. 3, 1. Good stuff, guys. Really well done. Relax, not gonna give you any dictats about cadence, just chill out. Take these 3 minutes. As the prompt says, remember to stretch after the session, get high protein meal on afterwards. Relax, get through it all. See? Well done, guys. That's 68 TSS in the bag. That's a big old training effect. Up of this series, kind of mix sessions like that, trying to keep your conditioning going forwards. But next week, in session 4, we're back on the anaerobic stuff. We're at the same TSS, so same sort of training load, but very much a different emphasis. So got tempo with anaerobic bursts. Okay, so basically what we're going to be doing is multiple intervals where we're working off a tempo zone 3 baseline, bursts of anaerobic effort, and then always coming back to that tempo effort before you go again. It's a real key kind of e-racing preparation session, that ability to explode into an anaerobic effort and then come back down to kind of like a, you know, not a recovery level. Basically you're recovering on the move, suboptimal recovery, that ability to keep going like that. Super important e-racing skill. So that's what we've got next week, some more anaerobic stuff. Now they've just got about a minute and 20, just spin up the legs and flush out some of that lactate. There, ease up, bring the heart rate down slowly. Again, see your heart rate start to drop. I mean, ideally, what you would do is you'd wait, keep spinning out until your heart rate was back below about 100 beats. But you realise people just want to get off their bikes now. They'll usually only have about a 3-minute cool down, usually, ideally be a fair bit longer. So, thanks again. Sorry for any technical in the session. Hopefully have that all straightened out for next week. Right, reminder, my name is Rich and we are RIAK Fitness. And a shout out again for our partners. You'll see various discount codes. They're all available from the RIAK online page on our website. So if you want to get sun-dried kit 30% off, head to the website and the code is there. Likewise, you've got a code for 8 to 20 coffee. Cracking stuff, that. I love that. Absolutely motoring through. Keep a bag of, I think it's Peruvian. In my caffeine addiction. Cheers, everyone. Thanks so much for your company. Apologies again for the technical issues. Hopefully that will work well for you. We'll see you again next week for session 4 for some more anaerobic stuff. Your belter. Have a good rest of your day, everyone. Remember to stretch. Remember to get a high protein meal on. Got any questions? I'll stick around, but otherwise drop us an email or drop us a message on social media. We always love your questions. Take care, everyone.